Salut, mine comrades. Welcome to a quick little update video. I just wanted to, I'll say, touch base and just go over my initial progress with trying to start up a YouTube channel and just my initial introductions to Let's Playing. Just talk about how things are going as far as my video editing skills and like are going. And I know it may seem a little early to be doing this sort of update video. I have all of 1 subscriber and 22 views on my channel, and my views have been declining since the first initial video that I put up, because I think like half of them were from bots. I don't know. But this isn't really an update per se so much as a test video, because I've noticed some problems with my recording and uploading process. Particularly with the quality. While exporting such, I thought that it was going like really fast. It was going much faster than the commentary of other YouTubers that I've listened to would lead one to believe is correct. And the same thing with uploading. You hear stories about how like it takes a long ass time for stuff to uploading, and my stuff was uploading really fast. So I wasn't sure what was going on there until I thought about it a moment, and I realized at no point during the upload process did YouTube ask me the kind of quality settings that I wanted. And I tracked it back to, I looked into it and found that the quality options that YouTube gives viewers are based off of the export resolution of your video. So if you want your video to be available in 1080p, you have to export it as a specific resolution to enable that. So I haven't been doing that. My video editor that I've been using and that I export with has 3 basic settings. It's AVC, better, good, and small sized. So small sized I figured was the worst quality settings, and I've just been setting it to better as default. I didn't want to mess around with that stuff too much. I thought the program knows better than me, and I figured better would be the best quality. But clearly I was wrong, because better hasn't been cutting it, and YouTube has been defaulting all of my videos to a max P of like 480, which I don't want because it makes the videos look terrible when they're already terrible enough. So I looked into it, found the resolution. I actually got a little chart up that tells me the specific resolution I want to export as if I want certain quality settings. So that's what this video is for. I'm going to export it differently than I've been exporting my previous videos and see if that fixes the problem. There's also like a question of whether or not I want to do interlaced or progressive, because my editor allows for both. And so yeah, I just need to experiment with those. I think I want to do progressive. I think that's the traditional one for like YouTube. Interlaced is more for like TV broadcasts and the like. So yeah, I've also noticed a problem with my videos cropping. On the small screen it looked fine, like on the player, and that's all I've been looking at over the course of uploading my different videos. But when I finally clicked on like to watch the full screen mode, I noticed with a lot of my videos it was making a little box around them, and my video was inside this box and just surrounded by black bars. So you have a low quality video already that's only taking up half of the screen that it's supposed to. So just terrible. YouTube was asking me on a lot of my Euphoria vids, like, hey, we can fix your audio you're cropping. Do you want us to do that? And I've just been ignoring it because I've heard bad things about you letting YouTube fuck with your video, especially if your video is cropping. But I figured, well, it can't make it any worse than I've already made them. And I actually tried it on a lot of the Euphoria vids, and it actually did fix it. It made it take up the actual screen size that it was supposed to, so I'm glad for that. I just wish I could do with the banished video I uploaded. So I'm going to try this new exporting process. Hopefully it'll fix both the quality issue and the issue with cropping. I'm not sure, it might not, and if it doesn't, I'm going to have to look into how to fix the cropping. Another problem relating to cropping too is the video thumbnails. I make my own custom thumbnails. I just sort of throw them together in a little editor like a lot of YouTubers do, but I didn't really pay much attention to the size at which I was making them. I figured YouTube would just stretch it as it needs to, which it doesn't do a good job of doing, and that's not YouTube's fault. Like, you can't expect the program to do that for you. It's my fault. And the way I have it, it's like cutting my name in half and such on the thumbnails that I've already put in, and like making the font all look weird. So I tracked down an actual template that seems to work, and I'm using that and making all of my thumbnails within the size constraints of that template. So the thumbnails will hopefully look a bit better than they have been thus far, and you'll actually be able to read the words and such. I'm getting better at just the image editing for that. Last thing had to do with frame rate. It's another thing you want to consider with the uploading and exporting process, is like, and you want your export, let's see how to put this. When you export your video, you want to export it at the frame rate that you recorded the video. So that goes back to Fraps, and Fraps has defaulted to, like, I think it's 30. So I don't want to do in that. For one thing, my exporter doesn't even allow for 30. It does 25, it does 50, it does 60, but not 30. So I'm going to start recording my videos at 60, and with my limited knowledge of the situation, I think it's just a case of bigger is better, higher is better. So, and the obvious sacrifice is you're going to have some noticeable lag in the recording and in your gameplay and such. So if it's not too bad, I'm going to try it on 60, and if that's too much for me, I'm going to try it on 50. I really think it's a case of the higher the better, and you want to get it as high as your computer and your setup can handle. So that's another thing I'm going to experiment with, but not for this video because I already recorded it prior to figuring that out. And like I said, Fraps, that's a setting you have to actually go into Fraps and decide, don't record it at 30 or record it at 60. So I have to mess about with that a little bit. The last thing I'm going to be doing with this video is like audio filtering, I think it is. There's a check mark in the exporting process where you can say yes, filter my audio, or yes, fix my audio, something along those lines. And I've been avoiding that because exporting does take a lot of time, actually, and it's going to take even more time now that I'm upping the resolution and trying to improve the quality. So I haven't wanted to mess with the audio when it sounds okay and have my exporter completely ruin it and then have to re-export the video again. But that's what this video is for, to experiment a little and to test different things. So I'm going to test that out and see whether the exporter makes it easier to hear me, makes the audio just sound better, or if it does completely ruin it. And I'll make a decision based off of that for future videos. So I think that's all I needed to talk to you about and go over. And like any techie people who find this video months down the line, do give me feedback, because clearly I don't know what I'm doing and would appreciate any help that can be offered. This whole thing is a constant learning process. I'm constantly learning, figuring new things out, and I promise to get better in the future, eventually. So